My name is Frederick Nyaga, the Gender Technical Specialist from Global Communities. I'll be talking about communication in households and in cooperatives. Now, what is communication? Communication is simply passing of information between individuals through a medium and expecting feedback. We are always communicating, and communication can either be verbal or non-verbal. When you're talking about verbal communication, we are talking about use of words. Non-verbal means we are not necessarily using words. In verbal communication, it involves speaking and listening. We are always hearing because our ears don't have lids or they are not cocked. But hearing does not mean that we are listening. Active listening involves responding to the message to show that you have actually heard and understood. Now, an active listener responds to messages in 4 ways. 1, by clarifying. Clarifying means asking for more information. Is this what you are actually saying? Is this what you are telling me? That is clarifying. 2, restating what has been said. And restating means repeating part of what has been said. In other words, it's like saying, okay, are you trying to say this? Are you telling me this? That is restating. Then, summarizing. Summarizing means repeating and actually giving the many points of what has been said. In other words, this is what you have been telling me. And finally, they respond by confirming. Confirming means responding or showing and acknowledging the feelings being expressed in the communication. If, for example, a person comes crying to you or weeping, to show that actually you have understood, you have listened and understood, you are going to respond by confirming that the feelings that are being expressed, you actually appreciate them and you can acknowledge them. You cannot start laughing when a person comes crying or weeping. You respond in such a way that shows that you acknowledge the feelings and you appreciate the feelings being expressed. There are different forms of communication, and I'll talk about 3 main ones. 1 is what we call passive communication. What is passive communication? Being passive means not expressing your feelings or needs, or expressing them in such a weak way that you are not heard. Many times, someone who is passive may opt to keep quiet. Or if they are expressing their needs or feelings, they do it in such a way that they place their needs below the needs of the other person. By keeping quiet, you are actually giving your power to the other person. That is being passive. The second type of communication is being aggressive. Being aggressive means expressing your needs or feelings in a sarcastic, humiliating, or threatening manner that may actually hurt the other person. An aggressive communicator is someone who does not regard other people's needs, other people's ideas, other people's opinions, other people's feelings. He places or she places their needs beyond those of others and expresses them in such a way that they put down other people or humiliate them. Finally, we have the assertive communicator or assertive communication. In assertive communication, this is where you express your needs or feelings in a honest, respectful manner, such that you do not hurt the other person. You don't hurt their feelings. You consider how they are going to feel because of the way you have communicated. Let me give a simple illustration. If, for example, you are in a queue and you have been waiting for a service for a long time, and the queue is long, and somebody just comes and passes you to go and get the service, people might react in different ways. A passive communicator might just opt to keep quiet, and it's like, there's nothing I can do. Let them pass. That's being passive. Or you can just say, why are you now passing me? But in such a way that you are not actually expressing your true feelings and needs. An aggressive communicator will not take it down, lying low. You use humiliating, threatening language, or even hurting language and ask, you think you're the only person who needs that service? You have been here from morning. Come on. Can you go back? Or I handle you. That's being aggressive. You don't even know why this person was passing you. Maybe they have an emergency. So that is being aggressive. But an assertive communicator will express how they are feeling, but in such a way that they are not necessarily hurting the other person. For example, they can ask, excuse me, madam, or excuse me, sir. Why are you passing us? We have been here for a long time, but if maybe you are having an emergency, you can ask us and we allow you to go. You have expressed your feelings, but in a manner that is not hurting. In the cooperatives, can we learn how to be assertive when communicating to the fellow members? Because by so doing, you are factoring other people's ideas, you are considering their opinions, you are listening to what they are saying, you are appreciating their feelings, and that way the communication becomes healthy. Let us learn how to be assertive. Thank you.